A guide to keyword match types. One of the quickest ways to start generating traffic to your website is through Google Ads. You can create ads that will show at the top of search results when people search for your chosen keywords. Simple, right? On the face of it, running Google Ads is a straightforward process with some common sense rules that will make your ads campaigns run well. However, one of the most common mistakes we see when inheriting an unprofitable account is the incorrect use of keyword match types or the complete disregard for them. In this article, we'll look at what keyword match types are and how you can use them to refine the targeting for your ad campaigns, improve the quality of the traffic to your website, and improve your conversion rates. So what are keyword match types? Keyword match types are a way of adding keywords to your Google Ads campaigns with specific symbols to tell Google how specific you want to be when it matches your keyword to the user's search query. Keyword match types ultimately control which searches your ads will show up for. And you can be really specific or really broad. There's benefits to both approaches, and you'll often find you need to think about match types on an individual keyword basis. Let's look at the options we have when setting our keyword match types in Google Ads. Broad match. Broad match keywords are Google's default setting, but are rarely the best option. In fact, we don't recommend using broad match keywords at all if your goal is to generate quality traffic to your website. However, because keywords default to be broad match unless you state otherwise, this is where many people go wrong when creating Google ad campaigns for the first time. In recent years, Google has tried to explain to users about the different match types available when they list their chosen keywords, but it's still very easy to overlook. A broad match keyword will appear in your account without any punctuation or symbols around it. So for example, car insurance. This keyword would trigger your ad for any search relating to these two words. They wouldn't need to be in that order or all present in the search query. So for example, your ad could show for van insurance or the worst car insurance companies. You might think that your ad will explain what you do, and people won't click on it unless it's relevant. However, the reality is that most people assume that the results Google shows them are relevant, and they often will click without reading. Once they land on your site, they'll see they've come to the wrong place and will probably hit the back button. Unless your goal is untargeted brand awareness, you'll probably want to avoid this by using one of the following match types instead. Phrase match. Phrase match allows you to specify a phrase that must appear in the search query in order to trigger your ad. A phrase matched keyword will appear in your account with speech marks around the phrase. For example, car insurance. This keyword will trigger your ad for any search query that contains this phrase, with any additional words before or after it, such as classic car insurance or car insurance quotes UK. Here we've eliminated the van insurance query. However, it could still trigger your ad if someone was to search for the worst car insurance companies. So although we're being more specific, we're still allowing other search terms to trigger our ads. Google announced a simplification to their keyword match types, where certain elements of broad match modified keywords will be incorporated into phrase match keywords. This means that although we're specifying a phrase and word order here, Google may match a search query that it believes to be highly relevant even if the word order is slightly different. This makes phrase match keywords slightly less targeted than they were and a little more broad. Due to this change, you may see your phrase match keywords triggering more impressions on your ads. If you notice your ads appearing for more irrelevant search terms following this change, you may need to revisit your negative keywords or consider using exact match keywords instead. Which brings us nicely on to exact match. If you want complete control over the search terms that trigger your ads, Exact Match allows you to do this, mostly. Exact Match keywords will appear in your account with square brackets around the phrase. For example, car insurance. This keyword would not allow your ad to trigger for any other search query than car insurance. Whilst you would expect that exact means exact, Google will still show your ad if the search query is very close to your exact phrase. For example, a plural version or a misspelling. Exact Match seems like a good option, but be aware that this will seriously reduce the amount of traffic you get from your ads unless you add every single keyword possibility into your account, which could be impossible. Negative match. To find a happy medium between being too general and being too specific, you can utilise negative keywords to prevent your ads from showing on unrelated search queries. So for example, if you had car insurance as a phrase match keyword, but then added worst as a negative keyword, it would prevent your ad from showing up when people search for the worst car insurance companies. Negative keywords are great at refining more broadly targeted keywords, which means you don't need to restrict traffic too much with Exact Match, or leave yourself open to irrelevant traffic with phrase match. Broad Match Modified. Google announced the retirement of Broad Match Modified in February 2021, with some of the behaviours being incorporated into phrase match keywords instead. If you have broad match modifiers in your campaigns currently, you'll need to switch to phrase match. Google should notify you in your account. For a bit of a history lesson and background on where they came from and what they were used for, so there's the most recent addition to Google's keyword match type options, and it's the broad match modified option. As it sounds, this is similar to broad match, but with one modification, the plus symbol. For example, they may appear in your account as plus car plus insurance. The plus symbol tells Google that this word that follows must appear in the search query, but doesn't restrict it as much as phrase match, as they can appear in any order and with any other words. You don't need to have the plus symbol on every word. For example, you could have plus car plus insurance quotes. This would mean the search query must contain the words car and insurance, but quotes is optional. Broad Match Modified sits somewhere between broad match and phrase match in terms of relevancy and volumes of traffic to expect. So which keyword match type should you use? It depends. We'd recommend avoiding broad match, but really the other options come down to your goals, your keywords, and how people find your business. Each keyword may require a different match type, and you may need to review and change these once you get some data in your account. Your search terms report is your friend here, as it will show you the search queries people have used to trigger your ads. It's great for highlighting where you might be wasting money and where you can add to your negative keyword list. Hope you found this video useful. Be sure to check out the links in the description below. Visit our blog for more content. Sign up to our list and get that content delivered direct to your inbox. Don't forget to check out the Skittish Academy for more training on how to use digital marketing to generate leads for your business. Until next time, keep marketing.